Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the Cub Scout Network, coming at you live from Central Florida Council. I'm Mr. Richard.
And I'm Mr. Chris. We're really happy you could join us today. Looking forward to a great continuation of Cub Scouting here in 2020, and real excited that we're trying to see if you guys notice. This is our second CSN, right, Richard? Second?
Yes.
Our second CSN without us in a Cub Scout uniform, and we're trying to see if that matters, or if your Cub Scout thinks we should be wearing something different, maybe a UCF shirt or something, or whatever.
Yeah, if you have a comment on it, leave a comment right below our YouTube video. Feel free, drop a comment, tell us what you think, or you can always email us at csn@cflscouting.org. And while you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so we can help share our message with more Scouters here in Central Florida.
Definitely. I'm real excited to go on to our next subject, which is Popcorn 2020. Real excited for Ricardo from Pack 632. He has sold popcorn in all 50 states. So Ricardo, hats off to him, has sold popcorn in all 50 states through the online direct sale. So hats off to Ricardo.
He's joining Charles,
Absolutely.
who was our first one from our council, which is really amazing because there's only 14 kids in the entire country
and we have two
that have done this, and we have two of them. So great job, Charles and Ricardo. Keep up the good work, everyone. Love seeing those stories shared by everyone around. So keep up the good work, y'all.
Absolutely.
Cool. The next thing I want to talk about is something really awesome that's happening right now here in Central Florida. Our auction is going live. You can go to the council website. You can go to the council Facebook page. You probably have gotten an email about it, but our auction is live, and there is a lot of cool stuff on there. Golf. Wow. Vacation stays. There's an African safari in Africa. There's a BioLite stove, which if you haven't seen one of those,
it's really neat.
They're the coolest things ever. You can cook your food and charge your phone at the same time.
Because who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, so make sure you head on over there. It's a great way to support scouting and hopefully get yourself some cool deals.
Definitely. We're really looking forward to our online auction. In case you're wondering, stop by, check it out. Like Mr. Richard said, you probably received an email. If you haven't, go to cflscouting.org. You'll find the link for it. It'll be all over our website. So looking forward to that. We got Liger Growl coming up, right, Richard?
Yeah, Liger Growl, which is one of my favorite weekends. As I say during my school night presentation, it's probably the most terrifying weekend of my life because there's hundreds of just kindergartners and first graders running around at camp.
They take over our camp. It's amazing.
But it is a really special opportunity for those younger kids to get out there with just younger kids. So make sure you check out Liger Growl at Camp Lenoci on November 20th and through the 22nd.
It's going to be great. Another awesome event that's coming up a little bit before Liger Growl is actually Scouting for Food. November 7th, our units are going to be putting out bags, and November 14th, our units are going to be getting bags. And we all know how tough 2020 has been for a lot of our neighbors and our friends. And Scouting for Food is the one time that we do here in Central Florida and nationwide. We do a big ask to our community to help those in need by collecting non-perishable food.
Yeah, and I'm excited this year. We're going back to the bags. I know it's been a big hit. Going back, getting those bags, thanks to Advent Health for making that a possibility this year and providing the funding for that. But there's also a few extra things you can do to help your Scouting for Food campaign. Nothing says the food has to come from dropping it off at the door. At your place of business, around your community, feel free to start collecting food now and then turning it in during Scouting for Food. We all know our community needs it.
Absolutely. We're hoping that you and your scout and your entire den and pack participate in Scouting for Food. If you haven't heard of it yet, ask your Cub Master, ask your den leader. We'll get more information to you. So thank you so much for thinking about Scouting for Food.
Absolutely. And don't forget to log those service hours.
Absolutely. Another item that we're coming up to is recharter. We talked about it a little bit last week, but this week you want to make sure with recharter, if you're a den leader, make sure you have a roster that you've submitted to your den. I know as a den leader myself of my Cub Scout, my son's den, my Cub Master has already asked me to submit a den roster, which I did. But you want to make sure that every single scout is counted. We've got scouts joining all the time right now. So you want to make sure you have a correct roster to your Cub Master so that person can make sure and get everything ready for your Cub Scout pack to get your recharter submitted.
Yeah, and I'm going to pull a playbook from good old St. Nick here. And when you make your list, make sure you check it twice. Because there's a lot of kids, especially right now with the pandemic going on, that maybe still want to be registered in scouting. They're still doing stuff. You just might not have seen them in a little while. So on your list, you make of who's carrying on. Those ones that you don't think are going to re-register, make sure you get them a call, personally reach out to them, make sure you know for sure they don't want to continue. So make that list, check it twice.
Absolutely. A couple of reminders that are coming down the pipeline. Again, kind of going backwards in our calendar. October 31st is our virtual Halloween if you want to do that from home. But we also have a drive-through Halloween at our camp. Side of our camp is going to be, you can drive through your car. It's going to be really cool. Very excited about the genius that the camp program team come up with this. Real excited to see how it's going. I know I'm going with my family. We're really excited about it.
I'm going in my truck with my incredibly bright headlights just in case I get a little too scared.
There you go.
Because I don't like to be spooked that much. But yeah, another thing coming up is in December 4th and 5th is going to be our Weeble to Scout transition weekend. That's a very awesome weekend where your Weeblos can start learning about what it's like to be in Scouts BSA. So make sure you check out that information on camplenoche.com.
And we have Cub Holiday coming the weekend after. So December 11th through the 13th is the Cub Holiday Adventure. And I'll tell you what, Cub Scouting in the holidays is awesome. You go to camp, it's decked with decorations. Lots of fun things. It's Florida, so we get to still do a lot of outdoor stuff.
And it's cooler.
It is cooler. So you get a lot of really cool things outside. And you can be outside a little bit more, not as sweating as much. But looking forward to all the great Cub Scout adventures at our Cub Holiday weekends, December 11th through the 13th.
Yes, and one a little bit sooner here in November, probably a little less than a month away from now, is going to be Light Fest, and it's 5K.
Oh, yeah.
If there's any runners in the group, it's probably the best way to do a 5K, because all you're going to do is drive through and see Christmas lights. Who doesn't want to see or run through? I usually drive a golf cart, but I don't run that much. But yeah, we're going to do November 15th is a 5K open to the public. It is a completely open event. So if you have any runners, know any runners, make sure you check that out. Absolutely.
Life Fest is a great event. And not just for runners. We've got from literally November 15th, seems like all the way till January 1st, you can go out to Wickham Park in Melbourne and see literally 3 million lights. It's really amazing. Looking forward to it this year. My family and I go every year. We're looking forward to continuing the holiday tradition that's become Light Fest.
Yeah, and one quick reminder, we know the holiday season is approaching, and Scout is prepared, so we all know you're going to start getting those Christmas gifts or holiday gifts, and make sure you add us on Amazon Smile. It's a great way to support scouting with all you're doing shopping online anyways. Central Florida Council is part of Amazon Smile. So add us, join us, or do that fancy stuff with the computer. Click on Amazon Smile, click on Central Florida Council, and help support our movement here in Central Florida.
Well, it's another week that we haven't seen Gary, our Central Florida Cub Scout WASP, Network WASP. We haven't seen him. If you also noticed at the end, we're kind of coming to the close of this episode of the CSN, we don't have our earpieces in, and the technical director, John, has been kind of waving his hands and stuff, making sure Richard and I try to stay on subject, and we really don't do that much. But we didn't put them in today. They happened to not get charged, so we're looking forward to continuing listening to John, our technical director, as we move forward. So.
You should really see his hand motions. You ever see me kind of looking off screen a little bit?
Yeah, it's just like...
Not towards you, Chris, but all the way. It's because he's making weird hand motions, telling me to wrap it up or go on the next topic. He's pretty mean about it, too. So, but awesome. This has been a great episode.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to episode 11 next week, but I will see you on the Scouting Trail.
See you soon. Thank you so much.